This is the Berman Method podcast featuring Dr. Jake Berman and physician assistant Jenni Berman. We are here to treat problems and not symptoms. Disclaimer, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and not to treat anyone or to give medical advice. If you are interested in any information that we are giving and would like to use this for yourself, we recommend that you contact your primary care physician or reach out to us and ask us questions about yourself specifically. Enjoy.
And we're rolling, baby. The Berman Method podcast. We are back, baby. It's been a whole week.
That was beautiful.
It's like the voice of an angel, isn't it?
It is. I wish I could record you doing it at the same time.
Oh, wait.
So people can see.
It was recorded.
No, so people can see your face.
Oh, video it at the same time. Oh, yeah. I was really in the moment there.
You were eyes closed. You're feeling it.
I was really feeling that one. Should I do it again?
No, next week.
Okay, next week.
Next week you can do it again.
Welcome back, everybody. The Berman Method podcast, where we're focused on treating problems and not symptoms. We are not Western medicine. We're not going to just dope you up with some pharmaceuticals and act like we're doing our job. We want to figure out what the root cause of the actual problem is and treat that, not the symptoms.
That's right. So treating the problems, not the symptoms, as far as your back pain, your hip pain, your knee pain, the reason why you're not able to finish a round of golf or your strength has significantly reduced out on the tennis court or in your workouts, or coming from the wellness side of it, nutrition side of it, looking for the cause of your weight gain or the reason that you're struggling to lose weight, the irritable bowel syndrome that you're having, your rheumatoid arthritis pain, why they're not able to get that under control, why your eczema is not under control and you're on 4 different medications for that. So treating the problem, figuring out the why is this going on and what can we do to improve that rather than just utilizing medications to fix it.
I love it. And I just got an idea on the fly. When you're rambling off all those things, I think that we should just go ahead and spend a couple of minutes talking about what the most common root cause problem is that's causing those symptoms. For example, what's the most common cause of back pain?
Weak booty.
Yeah, weak ass syndrome. So your glutes are not working, so the back has to be overworked. So notice, I did not say the most common cause of back pain is a herniated disc or a bulging disc or arthritis. I didn't say that that was the most common cause. Those are the most common symptoms, not the most common cause, though.
Right.
Weak ass syndrome is what causes a herniated disc, what causes a bulging disc or a spondylolisthesis. It causes all those things, right?
Right.
What's the most common cause of
weight gain?
Yeah.
It's going to most commonly be insulin resistance or blood sugar instability.
Right. And I know there's a lot of people that might cringe and say, well, what if it's calories in, calories out? Isn't that the most common cause of weight gain?
And it's, yes, at the end of the day, we have to be in a calorie deficit. However, you can have 1,800 of the wrong calories that are not working for your metabolism. So even if you are in a calorie deficit and eating only 1,000 calories a day or 1,200 calories a day, you're still not losing weight because your body's not actually metabolizing efficiently with the calories that you are consuming.
Right. So the most common cause of weight gain is blood sugar instability.
Right.
What's the most common cause of knee pain?
A weak butt again.
Weak ass syndrome. It's not arthritis. I got bone on bone knees. That's what's caused my knee pain. No, that is a symptom. Because your ass is not doing its job, there's increased compression on the knee joint. Because there's increased compression on the knee joint, it causes it to become arthritic. And then you grind it out, and then it becomes bone on bone.
So the arthritis is the symptom of the weak butt,
Yes.
which then leads to another symptom
Weak
of
ass.
the knee pain.
Yeah. Symptom of the weak ass.
Yes. Yes, glutes.
Okay. What is the most common cause of leaky gut?
Food sensitivities.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that's the most common cause.
Mm-hmm.
What do people think it is? Or what does the media have you think it is?
Oh, there's no cause. It just happens.
Exactly.
It's just because.
That was a trick question.
Yeah.
You have leaky gut? Sorry. Take this medication. There's no known cause.
Right. There's no cure for it. We can't figure it out. They call it idiopathic, meaning it just happens.
Whoa. Ooh, this is a good one. I love this one. What's the most common cause of plantar fasciitis?
Not wearing supportive shoes. Not having enough support of your feet.
No, you're saying
According to the media.
you're screwing with me right
I
now.
know.
All right, you're trying to get my blood pressure up. Come on, it's early. Don't get my blood pressure up.
Okay.
So that's the most common projected cause
Right.
through the media.
Right.
The most common cause of plantar fasciitis is
Not being barefoot enough. Not using the muscles.
there you go. Not using the muscles in your feet enough. Remember, there are 16 muscles in the arch of your foot alone. 4 layers of 4 muscles, 16 muscles total in the arch of your foot alone. And if you don't use those muscles, they become weak.
Right.
Why don't you use the muscles?
Because you have shoes on.
Because you're wearing shoes. It's an external support system. It's essentially a corset or a cast on your foot. You want to do one more? Or can we keep going?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm ready.
What is the most common cause of
Drum roll.
psoriasis?
Leaky gut. Food sensitivities.
What is psoriasis for those that don't know?
So psoriasis is a skin disorder or disease or abnormality, whatever term you want to use for yourself. But it's basically dry, flaky, scaly, silver skin is what they call it. And
Gator skin.
Yeah, it's an inflammatory process of the skin that creates this dry flakiness or the spots on the skin. It could be red, it could be white, it could be flaky, it could be in the scalp, it could be on the arms, elbows, backs of the knees, but even elsewhere on the body. And so the most common cause of that is food sensitivities as well. But that's not what your dermatologist will tell you.
So I shouldn't take a steroid.
Yeah.
I shouldn't take all these creams, these medicated creams.
That's what the dermatologist or your primary care will recommend. They will give you the creams, they will give you the steroids and say, here, just take this every time it flares up, put it on there, or just take it every day, or put the cream on every single day, use a special shampoo every single day so that it doesn't come back, when that's just treating the symptom and not the actual problem of your gut issue that's occurring.
I think that's one of the most common commercials we see on TV is for psoriasis.
One of them. Yeah.
Well, it's the one that I see or I notice the most is for psoriasis.
Psoriasis and diabetes. Those are the two that we see most commonly. Really.
And what's the answer?
Just take this medicine.
Take this pharmaceutical.
Yeah, here.
Okay, I'm going to do one more.
Okay, one more.
What is the most common cause of shoulder pain?
Neck problems. That's my guess.
Technically, you're right. However, there's a more right answer.
Posture.
Posture.
Okay.
Yes. Posture causes neck problems. Posture causes shoulder problems. So the most common cause of atraumatic, meaning you didn't fall on your shoulder, nothing happened, it just started hurting, you started getting the pinchiitis is what I call. The most common cause of shoulder pain and neck pain is poor posture.
Not the rotator cuff.
The rotator cuff. It's rotator cuff, like a cuff link, not cup. It's not like something you drink out of. Rotator cuff.
cuff. Yes, it's not the rotator cuff.
This is important though, because everybody thinks that when you have shoulder pain, you go and you get an x-ray. You don't need an x-ray for shoulder pain because x-rays look at bones, and usually the cause of shoulder pain is soft tissue.
Right.
So you don't need to waste your time or your money on an x-ray if you have shoulder pain. And then the next thing that they ultimately do is they get an MRI. And the MRI comes back, and if you're over the age of 40, it's most likely going to say that there's at least some fraying, if not minimal tearing of one of the rotator cups.
But that's not typically causing the pain.
It's not causing the pain. That is a symptom of a crappy posture, meaning that you've got arguably 16 to 17 muscles, depending on who you ask, that support your shoulder girdle. The rotator cuff only make up 4 out of those 17 to 18 muscles. So if one of those muscles is torn or compromised, that means that you've got 16 to 17 other muscles to help give your shoulder support. However, those other muscles cannot support your rotator cuff when you are in a crappy posture position. And it doesn't even have to be crappy. It just has to be not optimal. Meaning if it's not ideal, if it's not perfectly upright, that means there's going to be more pulling on one side of the shoulder than the other. And then the shoulder girdle, those 17 or 18 muscles, cannot work efficiently. And then it puts more stress on the rotator cuff.
Right. So the fraying of their tendons, right?
Tendons.
Yeah, tendons. Like, I haven't been in orthopedics in a while, but the fraying of the tendons is not what's actually causing the pain. However, when you have poor posture, you're putting more stress on the other muscles, tendons, ligaments that are trying to control the shoulder, which is leading to more progressive pain.
Exactly. So there you have it. We spent 10 minutes talking about the most common root causes of these very popular problems that Western medicine does not agree with. Pharmaceutical companies do not agree with. So I hope that that hits at least one person on this podcast the right way or the wrong way.
Well, hopefully the right way. We prefer right.
Either way, take action of it. So that leads us to this next thing. This is the one thing that I actually wanted to talk about on today's episode is Timehop. There's this thing that if you don't know what it is, it's an app. It's called Timehop. And essentially what it does is pictures that you posted on Facebook or whatever social media, this Timehop app will pull it up saying that 10 years ago today, you made this post.
It's like a reminder app.
Yeah, it's a reminder app. And it's one of my favorite socials, if you'll call it that, because it really helps me understand how I'm evolving in a positive direction, mentally, maturity-wise, and all these other things where it's like, holy cow, 5 years ago, I thought that this was a big deal. 15 years ago, don't even get me started on 15 years ago. Some of my college posts, I'm like, oh my God.
And the fact that you posted those things.
Like, what was I thinking? What an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, this thing showed up on my Timehop, and I love it because it's the perfect time of year to read this thing. And I stole this from somebody, and I don't have the name in front of me because for some reason, the screenshot that I took of it didn't pop up. But I want to read this thing to you because we're in the beginning of the year right now, and so many people are excited/motivated to make changes. I want to join a gym. I want to get another gym membership. I want to join Berman Health and Wellness or Berman Physical Therapy or Berman Golf. I want to change my golf game. I want to get rid of my back pain. I want to fix my leaky gut, whatever it is. People are so excited and motivated. And then they let this little thing get in the way of pulling the trigger called price, where, oh my gosh, I was not expecting this gym membership to be $200 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting Berman Health and Wellness to not take my insurance. I wasn't expecting Berman Physical Therapy to not take my insurance. No way. I'm not doing that.
And I didn't realize with them being out of network that it was going to be that expensive.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was going to be that expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So let me read this thing that I stole from somebody, and I love it. It's long, so listen to or bear with me for a minute. It goes, I've bartended in nightclubs where drinks were $17 each, and most people would pay up, tips, no questions asked, and then return for more or spend thousands on bottle service. I also managed a cold press juice shop in West Hollywood where a bottle of organic fruit or veggie juice of vitamins and nutrients was $10, and people would be like, "Are you serious? $10 for a juice?" and begrudgingly hand over their money. This is a great example of how most of our society views investing in their health. People will drop over $100 per month on lattes and hundreds more on drinking and eating out, yet not want to spend $80 on a gym membership or hundreds on therapy or coaching program. And they wonder why they don't feel good or aren't reaching their goals. People spend hours scrolling on their phones or watching Netflix, but don't have enough time to read, meditate, or go for a jog. Let me change pages here. Your actions show where your priorities are, not your thoughts and ideas. I thought that I was going to join the gym. I thought I was going to make a change. So your actions show where your priorities are, not your thoughts and ideas. If you're having a difficult time making changes to your health, happiness, relationships, business, whatever, take a look at what you're investing in, not just with your money, but with your energy, time, and or attention. The more you give to yourself, the more you'll get back. You deserve to have everything you desire, and nobody else is going to give it to you but you. If you're worried about the price of getting started, you should see what the cost of staying exactly where you are. I love the way that this thing's ended, and that one's in quotes. So I stole this whole thing from somebody else. But this person, I think it's a lady, quoted somebody at the end. If you're worried about the price of getting started, you should see the cost of staying exactly where you are. Mm-hmm. I love that one.
Right.
It's so perfect.
I actually posted something about that earlier this month on social media about the cost of, or emotional cost, maybe not financial cost, but the cost of getting up and working out every morning. It's not easy to get up and work out every morning.
It's not.
It's not easy to go on Sundays and decide what meals we're going to have for the whole entire week and make sure we get all of our grocery shopping done and our snack prepping done on Sundays. It's not always easy to avoid the fast food when it's calling your name as you're driving by and you forgot your lunch and haven't had time to eat. You're driving by the fast food. It's not always easy to avoid that. It's not always easy to avoid the cookies or the chocolate that's in the office, but it's a lot harder to be in the hospital or debilitated or going through surgery or having a colostomy bag, a poop bag essentially, because you didn't follow the meal plan you're supposed to be following. So all of these things to live a healthy lifestyle and move are really, really challenging, but the outcome of not doing it is even more challenging. So we can change that into a financial aspect of, it's not cheap investing in your health when it comes to functional medicine and finding someone that's going to figure out the problem, not the symptom. It's not cheap joining 1 or 2 or 3 gyms to get what you need out of your day. It's not easy, or it's not cheap to get the physical therapy service you need, because the insurance-owned physical therapy clinics probably aren't going to get you what you need. But it's way more expensive to be in the hospital, going through your surgery, going through rehab, having home health come over and take care of you because you didn't invest when you should have.
I love it. It's so true. And this is the age-old saying, a ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, yet none of us do it. I'd just rather wait for the problem to occur and I'll pay the pound. That's how so many of us live our lives. However, at least 6 times a year, probably more, at least 6 times a year, somebody will come into our physical therapy office who had the world in the palm of their hand, meaning that a retired CEO, private jets, houses all over the place. So money was not an issue for this person. Yet they're so debilitated physically, their back pain is so bad that they can't even get down on the ground and play with their grandkids. That doesn't even mention go and play golf at one of the 5 country clubs that they belong to, or one of the 10, right? I belong to country clubs all over the country and all over the world, but I can't go hit a golf ball. So what the hell is the point of investing all of this time into accumulating wealth if you can't even enjoy it at the end? And the same exact thing is true in your end, where that same exact person who's got endless money that could buy anything, you can't buy your health, and that person falls over dead.
Right.
Because they didn't take care of their gut.
Right.
Like, think about that. How stupid is that? Because you didn't take care of your gut, you died.
Right. And a lot of times it's not, I'm not going to do it right now. I'll deal with it when it comes. Isn't because you're not thinking about it. It's just because you, in your mind, tell yourself that other things are more pressing and more important and are taking up more of your time. You don't have time. That's the most common thing that we hear besides the money is it's too expensive. I don't have time, or this isn't the right time. Well, when is the right time?
I love that one. This isn't the right time. Are you freaking kidding me? This isn't the right time to invest in your health.
Right.
We're talking about your body. We're talking about life or death.
Right.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Right. And you and I have been talking about that on our own terms is gym membership wise. What is worth our time and our money as far as the amount of investment we're putting into memberships at places? And Jake is like, it is worth it. And I'm like, it's not worth it.
I'm saying it's worth it for you because you're the one that loves all of these different workouts, this different variation and doing different things. I'm fine doing the same thing over and over again. So one gym membership is fine for me. However, I could easily justify you having 5, even if you only use one of the memberships once a month. You're still getting that psychological and physical jolt or whatever you want to call it fix. So it makes it worth it for you. So if that helps you physically and psychologically, then who cares if it's $100 or $200? Right. It was worth it.
Right. So even, we talk about these things, we still struggle with them ourselves at times. Typically, you and I don't have an issue with discipline or investment into our own health as far as figuring out what's going to be right for us and committing to it and being disciplined to living a healthy lifestyle. We don't have issues with that, but we do have our own problems that we, have to work through just like everybody else in this world. We're not perfect when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle either. So, this is just to say that, yes, we talk about it, but sometimes we're talking ourselves through it.
Exactly. I think that this is one of the most beneficial things to us starting this podcast is the fact that we can be very real and talk about our lives and what's actually happening, the struggles that we go through. Because if you look at us on social media, that's all the good stuff. That's all the motivational stuff. That's all the rah stuff. That's me being, a jackass on Mullet Mondays or whatever and just having a good time. But it's all motivational and fun and upbeat versus on these podcasts, we can be very real and bicker and talk about the struggles that we actually have. And I think that it really helps people relate to us because they're like, oh, they are human. I can relate to that. Right. I struggle with the same thing. I want to eat a plate of cookies every time it's in front of me.
Right.
whatever it is.
And that's something I, talk about a lot on my social media is we wake up every day at 4:20 and work out. We're either, if we're working out at home, we've started our workout by 4:45 in the morning. If we're going to the gym, we've left the house by then and are driving to the gym starting by 5. But it's not always easy. It's not always sunshine and rainbows when we wake up at 4:20 and getting started, especially if we're working out at home. When you work out at the gym, it's a little bit different because you just put yourself in the car and you have that 15 minutes in the car to get there and talk yourself up. But when we're working out at home, it's sometimes a struggle to get out the door, outside into the barn and get started. So it's not always about motivation. You're not always motivated to eat the right meal. You're not always motivated to do your meal prep or to invest in your health at these, physical therapy or wellness clinics and pay the price. But it's the accountability and the discipline that's going to make the difference. And so, coming back to what you read off is, you'll pay $200 at dinner. You'll pay to go out with your friends and have, 3 margaritas. That's going to cost you $60, but you won't invest that $60 into your gym membership or that $200 a week, which comes out to, the $800 a month that it's going to cost for you to invest into your wellness program. Think about that and think about, is that because of your willingness or your discipline, your motivation? What is it? We don't need to be motivated.
I don't know that it's any of those other than the fact that you don't realize it. It's socially acceptable to go out to a restaurant and spend $300 on a meal, including drinks. But when you start talking about, I spent $300 on a coaching session last night, people are like, for what? What did you get out of it?
Right.
I got closer to avoiding having surgery. That's what I got out of it. I got closer to not having to take these damn pain pills every time I go out and play golf.
Right.
So one of the hypotheticals, we're going to end this thing now because we're getting there. One of the hypothetical questions that I love asking people, because there's really only 2 reasons that somebody gets hung up deciding to do business with us. And it's because you're skeptical that we can help you in the first place, or it's a value thing, meaning that I don't see the value in it. I just think it's too expensive. And then this is a question that I love asking people when it comes to the skeptics, not the value, but the skeptics. I don't believe you can help me, is this. I said, if I could hypothetically give you an easy pill, meaning that you're coming in for debilitating back pain. You can't live right now. Your back is so bad, or your knee, whatever it is. You can't live. And if I could hypothetically give you an easy pill, you take this pill and your back pain magically is gone and it never, ever will come back again. And it's 100% guaranteed to never come back again. How much would you be willing to pay for that pill? And they always say, well, I don't know. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm like, no, you have to give me an answer. This is a hypothetical question right now, so it doesn't exist, but you got to give me an answer. And they always say, I don't know, it doesn't exist, so what does it matter? And I say, what if it was $50,000? You've got this debilitating back pain where you can't do anything that you want to do. You worked your ass off your whole entire life so that you could retire and live out your retirement down here in Naples, and you can't do anything. Would you spend $50,000 on this magic pill? Well, sure. I mean, of course, if it was guaranteed, but you can't guarantee me that if I spend $2,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 on your therapy program, that you can fix my back pain. And I said, you're absolutely right. I can't guarantee you that. However, what I can guarantee is that I'm going to give you the best chance that you possibly have at avoiding taking pain pills and surgery and get your quality of life back. That's what I can guarantee you. And that's usually enough for people to say, okay, I get it. I get it.
Right. Right.
So let's end with the quote again. If you're worried about the price of getting started, you should see the cost of staying exactly where you are. Truth bomb. Mic drop. I wonder if he could hear that through
Can
the
you hear?
podcast. I was
He's
beating on
beating the microphone. Can you hear that? Let us know.
All right. Till next time.
Ciao for now. Thank you for subscribing on your social media and podcast platforms to the Berman Method. Dr. Jake Berman with Berman Physical Therapy and Jenni Berman, Physician Assistant with Berman Health and Wellness. You can find more information on our website, www.bermanpt.com for physical therapy, bermanpt.com/wellness for the health and wellness. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and on your podcast platform. So be sure to follow us, like us, subscribe to us. And if you would like any further information, definitely visit our website and reach out to us. You may also find our free reports on the websites as well, where you can download this free information for yourself. Have a great day.